Yeah, what's going on, YouTube family? I'm back. Your boy Blood Raw IC Different finna give y'all another quick thought ice video. Remember to make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh yeah, make sure all post notifications on so you will be alerted every time I continue to drop that thought ice on my YouTube channel, baby. Let's go. Hey man, y'all already know I stay on go, bro. But anyway, I gotta talk about this plantation house that burnt to the ground. People are so outraged, happy, some mad about this. The oldest plantation in the United States finally has burned to the ground. People like, oh, my ancestors are free. They are finally free. Man, them folks been free, man. Whenever they transition. See, people be living in the past, man. That's the thing about this slavery shit. Yeah, we got those that was done wrong, working for nothing, beaten, castrated. Everything that you know that society has taught you with dealing with these slave movies, everything you see, they did it when dealing with these slave movies. Man, bruh, they worry about a house being burned to the ground. That ain't got shit to do with the shit that those generations and generations and generations those people suffered and endured, man. It's a bigger picture, man. Them folk long gone, and people talk, oh, they've been set free. Man, y'all better wake up, man, and focus on the things that really matter, bro. I'm telling you. You worry about a home that burns to the ground because of all the bad deeds and things that you knew that took place there, and now you saying them people can rest and be at peace? Let me tell you something, man. In my opinion, slavery was a choice, bro. You probably say, damn, bro, you wrong for saying that, man. All the stuff them people went through, bro. Them folks made a decision, bro, to let them people take them through the stuff that they took them through. Me personally, I feel like, oh man, I have my phone plugged up. Me personally, I feel like if you was a slave, now I don't condone anything that happened to people back in slavery, but my thing is, if you was willing to go through that, bro, you deserved it. You probably say, damn, Blood Raw, you ain't got no sympathy. Yes, I do. Because you got to look at it like this. Do you really think I would have stood there and let them folks beat the shit out of me with a whip? Do you really think I would have stood there and let them folks come and got my little daughter late at night, my son, and went and go did whatever they wanted to them and brought them back to me? We would have took that bitch over right motherfucking then and there. And see, that's why I say slavery was a choice, bro. Because you ain't had to go through that shit. You supposed to be willing to lay down and die. Because at the end of the day, they use a mental tactic on the slaves. You probably say, how did they do that, Blood Raw? Because what they would do, they would get the strongest slave and whoop his ass in front of everybody, and that'll put them in submission. Think about what I'm telling you. So you got to think. They was using psychological warfare on the slaves, but you got to think. If the slaves had any sense, which they did, not talking down on them, because what they went through was fucked up. But you got to think. They was buying their slaves. Do you really think they would have just killed off all their product, knowing that they paid cash money for it? Who the fuck was going to farm the fields? Who was going to tend to the crops? Who was going to rub massa feet? Huh? Think about what I'm telling you, man. And that's why I say slavery was a choice, bro. You can't convince me it wasn't a choice. That was on each individual. Because let me tell you something. Me and mine, we would have left this motherfucking earth, bro. We would have tried to take that bitch over and got killed in the process, or we would have took that bitch over and ran that plantation ourselves. You got to think now, during slavery, you might have Massa, his wife, they kids, and they slave drivers, the one that's running the plantation for Massa. Just say 15 people, and you had over 50 to 100 slaves on some of these plantations. The numbers don't add up, bro. Why do you think you can have 1 or 2 police officers come and calm down a whole group of people? Because they got the people here. They got the people here. There's no fucking way 2 police can control 50 to 100 people, bro. We can take their motherfucking guns, bro. But see, that's why I tell y'all, silent weapon for quiet wars. We done been programmed, man. Society has been programmed. And like I say, these people talking about some, Man, I'm glad it burnt down. They are free. You see all the souls sitting up in the balcony in the fire, the spirits. Man, y'all motherfucker better put them drugs down and come back to motherfucking reality, bro. Slavery was a choice, bro. I don't give a damn how you try to put it, because at the end of the day, those that went through slavery and endured what they went through, they caused it amongst themselves. They supposed to left this motherfucker, bro. Soon as they tried to capture me, get what? They would have killed me on the spot. I'm bucking. So why all them didn't buck? You got to think. If back in slave days, they would come get you, make you do whatever they wanted you to do, still whoop your ass when you got out of line, kill some. And so like I tell everybody, you know, if you learn how to read as a slave, they will beat your ass damn near to death. And even kill you, lynch you, castrate you. But they give you the Bible though and wanted you to read that. You do know that there was a slave Bible, right? So you got to think, use your goddamn common sense, bro. If they would kill and beat you if they found out you knew how to read, why they wanted you to learn to read the Bible though? You see the psychological warfare, bro? Do you see what I'm trying to get you to open your eyes to see, my YouTube family? Think about it. They will whoop and beat your ass down to the brink of death if they found out you knew how to read. But they wanted you to learn how to read the Bible. Think about it, bro. The Bible was written by man, bro. You can't convince me, guys. All right, let me jump on this topic right here, bro. Just for the top of the discussion. Do you know what divine right is? Do you know what a divine right is? I'm going to give you some homework when you get a chance. Go research the term a divine right. This is basically where the Catholic Church, those biblical leaders, basically saying God came to them and told them he want them to rule over all the other people. Think about what I'm telling you, man. How the fuck does that make sense? So you think God came down here and chose a certain group of people? All right, I'm going to let you be in charge of everybody else. You make up whatever you want to tell them, and they're going to listen to you. Man, you crazy as fuck, bro. And that's why I like when I talk about slavery and the divine right, bro. I know you see the energy, but that shit be pissing me off, man. And then they talking about, oh, you see the spirits up there in the balcony, in the windows? Oh, I see them down here on the lawn. Man, y'all motherfuckers need to leave them mushrooms alone, bro, and come back to fucking reality, bro. Slavery was a choice. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that building burned down too. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't even been there in the first place. How the fuck you gonna take somebody from their own being, make them come work for you, and because they don't want to work and do what you say, you get to whoop them like an animal? You get to dip them in oil? You get to castrate them, skin them alive? That's why a lot of people don't even know, like the Levi jeans. That symbol on there is what they used to do to the slaves. Hook two horses to one end, hit the horses on the ass, and they rip the person apart. People don't even know what the fuck they be wearing, bro. That's like the Timberland boot, the logo. That's the tree they hung the slaves from, bro. Man, y'all better wake the fuck up, bro. I'm telling you, man. And like I say, slavery was a motherfucking choice, bro. I ain't gonna make this video much longer, because I don't like to talk about slavery. Because that shit was a choice by each individual. I feel like every slave supposed to left this motherfucker, bro. Let master them work their own goddamn cotton fields. Man, check this shit out here. Let me say this before I end this video. I know this lady out of Jessup, right? And she told me that they fucked around and took the children on a field trip to a slave plantation. And part of the field trip, they let the kids go out and pick cotton. Man, don't you know how outraged some of them parents was, bro? Man, that shit crazy. But this lady out of Jessup told me that she encountered this with her child in school. I don't know if they did it in Jessup. She just told me about it, but she's from Jessup. She said her children in their class was taken to a field trip to a plantation. Well, part of the field trip, they let the children go out there with their little croaker sacks and all and let them pick cotton for about 10, 15 minutes to let them see like what the slaves went through and endured, like just being in the heat, picking cotton. Man, them parents went out there in an outrage, bro, against the Board of Education, man. What kind of sick, twisted, demented shit is that, bro? People suffer doing this shit, and you think this shit is a joke? And you think this shit is a game? Meaning, I'm talking to the school system. that allowed this bullshit. And like I say, bro, slavery was a choice, bro. You got to think. Racism is taught. You're not born with this shit. You can put kids down there together, no matter what their race is, they'll play to the dark, to the cows come home. That shit is taught, bro. That's why I don't understand how people hate each other. Black, white, Mexican. You hate this race. You hate this race. That shit was instilled in you, man. How the fuck can you hate me when you don't even know shit about me? How can I hate you when you don't know shit? I don't know shit about you. That shit is programmed into the masses, bro. But they ain't gonna make this video much longer, bro. You feel me? Goddamn, slavery was a choice, bro. That's just what it is, bro. And I'm glad that goddamn thing burnt to the ground. I feel them on that. You know how much blood is being shed along that plantation, bro? How much sweat and tears is in that soil, bro? How much flesh has just been torn from bodies because they ain't want to work that day? Get up, they might have wanted to lay around. Do you know, bro? But like I say, slavery was a choice, bro. I'm going to end this video with this question. If slavery came back right now, would you be a slave? Man, it be your boy Blood Roy. Till next time, I'm out.